Hey, Carp regulars, James Sanders here from Team Fish Fighters.
And Daniel Irish from USA Carp Guide.
Doing that. USA Carp Guide, Bobby Peter Bates.
What's up, Blue?
What's up, Blue?
What's up?
We have a special guest tonight, a special co-host tonight. We got Blue Moon in the house.
The Blue Moon. Wow, man. This is awesome, man. Glad you guys made it, man. How's your guys' week? I checked out your guys' show.
Thank you.
It was good. Your wife, your lovely wife was on there.
She was pretty nice to me. I thought she was.
I thought she was going to let you have it.
I thought she was going to give me at least a good punch or two, but she did well.
I was waiting for the juicy stuff, and I'm like, no.
Yeah, that's
no.
Molly.
She's very respected.
I talk on the phone with Molly on the way home, and Molly was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna let you have it." She's like, "I'm not gonna hold back like that." So I'm a little scared for that one.
Oh my god.
Well, she's next week, so.
She's next week. Okay.
Oh, I thought it was going to be the other one. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. I dig it.
So we're looking forward to that one. You know her name is Molly Payne, right?
Right. Yeah.
Just so you know.
Anything else new?
No, we're gonna rev up on content with USA Carp Guide. If you guys, follow our Facebook, Instagram, our YouTube, we're gonna be pushing out some more content. Gonna get some, some more supporter interaction, some more community interaction, things like that. To kind of hold us over through the winter. I know it's a time for when I start to kind of get bogged down and like, so kind of gonna get some content out there, get a little bit more of the community involved, and
what a good job you did, Daniel. I like
thank
that.
you, appreciate that.
You did real well there. A lot of engagement, and that's really what you done do to keep drumming up that engagement and keep us relevant. For us, it's wrestling season, so I'm out of one and into the other, and so. It's a blessing. I don't have time to let that stuff creep up on me, and thankfully I got old Blue Moon to keep me focused on what's real important in life, yeah?
There you go. That's what I'm talking about. But, you want to go ahead and get Colin's?
Yeah, Colin Davies. Before we bring him on, he is somebody that I met him at the spring. What is it? The spring invitational, right? Spring invitational fall classic. I met him at the spring invitational, and I barely knew how to tie a hair rig, and he immediately just kind of took me under his wing.
Nice.
Was like immediately friendly. Just any question I had, he was like, "Oh, here's how you do this. What are you doing over here? Well, here's how you do this." So, somebody that just immediately is open arms, and I really think that we need more people like Colin in the game.
Amen.
Yeah, he's definitely got a lot of years' experience in the carp fishing world. But, what's that, brother?
Colin Davies, hello, sir.
I want to give a shout out to yesterday, Veterans Day. All our veterans around.
Yes.
Still serving. Those that served, and some that, never made it home.
Yeah.
Never made it home there.
Man. We missed that yesterday. I was ashamed of myself, and I didn't think about it until I got home, so I appreciate that, Colin.
Yeah.
Yeah, seen a photo of you in your younger days, and as a matter of fact, we was kind of talking that a little bit. You in the Navy back in 1984.
1984, left school, 15 and a half years old.
Wow.
Go to school at 4 in the UK, graduate 15 and a half.
Yeah.
Early mid-80s, unemployment was so high, like 6 out of 10 people probably didn't have a job.
Wow.
It was pretty bad. I went into the military, spent my 16th birthday in boot camp, and traveled around the world, and it eventually brought me to this country, and I'm a dual citizen. The Queen at the time, it's still tough to say the King, but they always said you always have a home.
Right.
I'm a citizen here, but I'm proud of, I love this country. I love my own country, but this is my country, and I'm proud to.
There you go.
I'm a patriot of the country, so.
Amen.
Yeah, nice. Like that. You was when did you come to? Well, for people that don't know you, Why don't you tell them a little bit about yourself and how long you've been for carp fishing?
Well, actually, I know you three guys very well, and I want to apologize to all the people out there that think, hey, this guy doesn't even sound like he's from Britain. That's because I came here in '89 and I was selling Budweiser to rednecks. I have like 40 accounts a day, and I was like, "Hello there, my lover. You got 24 cases of Budweiser, 10 cases of Bud Light," and they like, and I'm like, can't go on, It got slower, and it's what I got now. I got this slimy redneck now. But it's funny because I grew up match fishing as a young kid. My dad he would go match fishing, and early '80s, late '70s, carp at the time were they deemed uncatchable. You couldn't catch carp.
Yeah.
And match fishing was so big, and it still is over there now.
Yeah.
But then a couple people developed a method, ground bait, what we call pack bait now.
Yeah.
They would sling these look like, actually, I made them out of my mom's rollers, my grandma's rollers. She
Nice.
filled them up with gravity, throw them out there. And people developed, they could catch 20, 30 roach or dace, what we call panfish here.
Right.
And got cast out and catch 112-pound carp and win the whole match.
Yeah.
But then people then started to discover, well, they're catchable. And then, you had your guys like Terry Hearn, Rod Hutchinson, Kevin Nash, then the sport started to develop, and it was like, well, let's catch them at night. People figured out they love to come out at nighttime, and we had crazy methods back then. And,
Right.
Lee Ern's on here, some of the guys, we would put like 50 pence pieces on top of our spool and a metal tray underneath it. So when the line would start peeling off, the coin would drop, hit the can. You're like, oh man, I got fish, Right. Yeah. But then one company came out, Optonics. It was like the first bite alarms.
Right.
And it was like, man, someone's reinvented sliced bread, dude. It was like good. And then, like I said, I went into the Navy. I did a little bit more of it then. Spent time in the Navy, which brought me over to the States. I was in Georgia at first.
Okay.
And really got away from the carp fishing part of it pretty much. I mean, I know there's a couple guys I know down there that doing. There's one young kid, Cliff Ovington. He's one you need to start watching.
Yeah.
He's killing it.
He sounds familiar.
Yeah. Away from the carp fishing part of it. But then I came in there and I was like, well, and actually, for as long ago as I started, I've actually only really been into it.
Yeah.
Daniel's going free. This is my 4th year back in the carp fish.
Wow.
And the people are like, yeah. So, and I'm, I start getting on YouTube and like, because the industry has totally changed, right?
Right.
Within 1984 to now, our friend Nigel Legg, I went to school with, he moved to South Africa during the whole economic thing. Mm-hmm. He's been there since. He's got a syndicate down there right outside Johannesburg, and he's like, I get on his page, and he's like, yeah, look at this, I'm like, I got the itch came back, and I was like, start looking on YouTube, and they're like, hair rigs, the first time we had like 1 pound mono, we tied directly on the end of the hook,
yeah.
Put a couple bull peanuts on there, and the split shot was your bait stop. Well, now you got like Slip D rigs, Ronnie rigs. I was like, my mind was just blown. And how the industry itself is like, money this, and it's crazy.
Right.
But I was like, I'm going to get back into it. Yeah. So started out the area I'm at, Cataract Lake, Raccoon Lake, 20 minutes from my house either way. So I get in there and get the rods out, get a couple hits, like 10, 12 pounds. I'm like, yeah, I can get used to this again. But then the itch was like, I could go there and get 20 of them. I was like, I want these big guys, you know, like these guys
yeah.
on videos. They're like, so a friend of mine, actually his grandson and my grandson played baseball together.
Yeah.
And he has a job on one of the rivers. He's like, hey, it's a government facility, but I'll let you come fish it. He said, there's another guy there fishing it, but he fishes catfish. I'm like, you got a catfish guy and a carp guy. So read the river a little bit, got hard current on the one side, and then it like flows down over like a limestone. So I start fishing that spot, and they're like 20, 22 pound. I'm like, yeah. So I get the spot figured out. Then one night, bam, 31 pound. I'm like,
Heck yeah.
I got 30, you know? And people are like, you got 30 in Indiana? Dude, that's unheard of. And I was like, oh, really? Well, I went back to that spot. I've caught 330s on that spot. So I was like, and my wife, she was going to Florida. So I got to know some of these crazy guys on here, you know. So I reached out to a couple of them. I was like, hey, wife's going to Florida. I need to find a spot 4 or 5 hours from where I'm at. 3-4 days fishing.
Yeah.
So these guys, you know, them guys are, you know, their secret spots.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's not really that good, which usually if it's not really good, it's pretty hot. So you need to go. One guy reached out. He said, I got a spot. It's got a campsite. It'd be perfect for you. You go camp. Here's the campsite number, set up. And he's like, this place is Michigan.
What?
And I'm like, oh, that's a funny name. How'd you pronounce that? Go there first time. Well, it's time. So me being Mr. Carper on a budget, NASA just come out with the bushwhacker. Well, you know, the bait boat industry's going crazy. Well, NASA comes out with this little bait device you put on a pole. So I'm like, I'll make one. So I made this one. I took a little kit floating, and I took a PVC conduit pipe, shove it out there 60 feet, flip it over, drops the bait. You know, I'm pretty proud of this thing, you know. So I put it on my Facebook page, and this English guy on here, his name's Glenn Patrick. He said, you ain't got no bait boat? I'm like, if I had a bait boat, I wouldn't be shoving 60 feet of pipe. So I was like, you know the audacity of him, pretty much. But so then I started like, I'm like, well, who is this guy? Well, come to find out, he's 2 hours away in Wolfville, Indiana. He's like, okay. So we start messaging, and I was like, hey, I'm gonna let you know something. This guy told me about his spot. It's Michigan. So you want to go? And he's like, well, let me talk to my wife. Let me think about it. I'm like, all right. So comes the time, he's like, yeah, we'll go. I'll meet you there. So I drive the 5.5, 6 hours there, get up there, and he's like 3 hours away, so it's perfect for him. He shows up. And anybody knows I'm a hugger. I'm like, go shake your hand. And I'm like, give me a big old hug.
That's sweet of him.
So he comes up, give him a big old hug. He's like, oh shit, what's up here? You know? He said, I gotta tell you something. I said, yeah, what's up then? He said, my wife, you know what my wife said? I said, what? She said, you met this guy on Facebook and you gonna drive up here. You never met this guy before? She said, well, if he's a serial killer. I said, Glenn, what's the chance of 2 serial killers being on the bank at the same time? we just hit it off. He's my tackle car. He blows me crap for the way I fish. We had a good rapport. And we got to get real good friends. We took a couple good sessions up there. It was rough. We started fishing with pack bait because, you know, the American way is you got to catch carp on pack bait. And I heard a couple people, and they were like, Michigan boilies, you know.
Yeah.
Well, then, in between all this, I start following these two other young guys on there who think they know what to do. Well, one actually did know what he was doing. Some other guy was, you know, it was Daniel Irish and Austin.
Oh, so yeah, I heard of them.
Daniel reaches out and he says, hey, we're having this White River Invitational up in Indy. And I'm like, okay. So I start doing a little research, and lo and behold, right, I start seeing these Dow Hollow videos, and I run into this guy called Kenny Mack.
Yeah.
So he don't know me for the man in the mill. We start missing each other, and I was like, what's the deal on this White River Invitational? He said, it's a lot of fun. You'll come down? He said, hey, I'll be there this weekend cooking chili. Come on down. I'll look you up. So I go down there and meet these guys, pick out a peg, have no clue what I'm doing. And which anybody on here wants to come fish the White River Invitational, it's fun, but don't come there thinking you're going to catch a bunch of fish. Because it's the hardest water I've ever fished.
It's tough. It's tough.
I still have yet to catch a fish.
Those guys are on that trophy. Steven Brandenburg, he caught 69 pounds of fish. Just
badass.
I don't know how we did it. I'm like,
yeah. He's a river rat. He knows that lake. He knows that river real well.
I mean, Dustin Keaton, Austin Jones, obviously Ricky Massey, Dwan, James DeVille, Amy Sneed, Kenny. So I'm there fishing, and I hear Ricky coming up behind. I hear, hey, Kenny, I think he's down there. So I stick my head out, and he's like, Kenny's there, like, call him, my brother. I go, I give him a big old hug, and I was like, I knew right there, and I had a friend in this industry for life. Mm-hmm. And I love you, brother.
Love you, brother. Thank you for your kind words.
But it's funny, you know, we were talking about that. You can take 10 people that's never met each other.
Right.
And they carp fish, and when it's said and done, they're friends for life. I mean,
family.
It's just a passion we all do, and it's, you know.
Right.
And Daniel, I give you credit for how far you've come.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
You're an amazing angler, brother.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
He is amazing.
But it's been a fun season for me. The Michigan spot has been amazing. I've went last weekend. It was tough fishing.
Yeah.
But I've landed 12 30s this season. And I know friends have fished all their life, never caught one. Probably 20, 30, mid-high 20s. But I've studied some people, and some people, you know, you get some of these guys, like I brought up, just joking around quartering that. Ali Amidi, one man cat, he used to be, I used to like him, but I think money went to his head. But there's some good people out there. Matt Collins, you get on there, he's done his homework. He's not going to sell used stuff that he doesn't know works. He runs a lake in front. Super cool guy. He's messaged me a bunch of times. Actually spoke to him. He cares for the fish, and I think I lost you guys.
It was on our end. I apologize.
Yeah, you bet. And I know it's funny. Last probably 2-3 years, pack bait.
Yeah.
And I've used bottom feeder bait. It's good bait. You do what? I know this crazy guy mixes it up in some kiddie pool and in his own garage.
Just stepping away on it.
But it definitely works. But it was like and it's crazy about pack bait. And those guys that say you got to find the fish. You got to find the fish. Then I've run across the anglers. Tom Maker, he's He's like the spawning machine. He'll put 3 rods in a 10-inch plate and leave them there. His philosophy is you bait it and you wait it. They will come. And I've heard him say you put bait over here, and next thing you know, you got 20 spots of bait and the fish don't know what to do. I kind of took that philosophy this year to put the bait on one spot, fish that one spot, and wait. It really has paid off. It has paid off.
Interesting. It's very interesting.
Yeah.
We too adopted that this year, Colin. Late last year.
So I'm not. I don't know. All your secrets, but have you been adopting that strategy? Up there in Michigan, to produce some of these bigger fish, like these nicer fish that you've been posting, over the last month, these last couple weeks.
That's been my method across the board. I started doing it on my river spot.
Okay.
And I got into those things. And me and Glenn, that first time we went up to Michigan, we were like hammering. I took 2 5-gallon buckets of packed bait and threw it all out there, and we were catching. It's funny. I was set up the day before, never had a bite. Glenn shows up, and he's one of these. We all got these friends, right?
Right.
Takes him 4 hours to get set up, right? So he's like, it's an hour and a half. He's got 1 rod out. Well, he keeps catching fish on this rod. I'm like, he's like, I don't even need to put another rod out. I'm just catching fish on this one. It starts to run and joke. Well, that trip I landed 3. He ended up landing 9.
Wow.
But after that, we started finding the spots where they were, and I've actually found, one great spot, and I hit it every time now. I put bait on it. The last 4 trips up there, I've landed 6 30s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, nice job.
And
That's strong.
And people say, once you go here, once you go there, and the sad thing is, like I said, I could go 20 minutes from the house to Cataract, fish for 2 days, catch a bunch of
Small ones.
mid-60s, 18, 20s. I can drive 6 hours and get on 30s and know I'm going to catch 30s.
Yeah.
And it's to me, it's worth it. I don't think, my wife may not think it, because I've done like...
My wife's the same way.
Here maybe, but she knows she has her things she's passionate about, and she knows I'm passionate about this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and those, like you say, you could go to Cataract and, bang out a bunch of smaller fish, but, you really want to go chase those big girls, and, you found a spot where you can consistently get them, and that's even something more special.
Yeah.
Once you catch those, start getting into the, that upper bracket of fish, those upper 20s, those 30s, even your 40s, you really do start to get even spoiled a little bit, you catch an upper teener that, a couple months ago you would have loved, and you're like, all right, unhook him, don't even take a picture, just let him swim right back, so I love what you're doing up there in Michigan, though. I've loved seeing your pictures every time that, you come across my feed up there in Michigan, you look frozen, you look cold, but you look happy, and that's what's important,
What I think's fun is kind of cool is where we fish is campsite. A lot of people come in there, and it's funny. Me and Glenn have found several other spots. It's funny because it's from bow fishermen. He's like, "Oh, you ever tried here? You ever tried there?" And I'm like, no, he goes, "Oh man, we used to slay him in there." I'm like, "Oh yeah," and he goes like with a bow, and I'm like, "We used to be friends," but no, we've had more information fed our way about Michigan fishing on past bow, but the kids, it's funny because you'll see 10, 11-year-olds walking down the bank. They got their little pink Mickey Mouse fishing poles, and they're like, "Carp fishing?" And I'm like, "Yeah, what do you know about carp fishing?" "Well, there's some big ones in here. My dad used to catch them all the time." But they're so intrigued, I think, and even the adults, the Euro style of carp fishing,
Right.
they see it, and they're like, "What you got going on there?" Well, then Glenn Glenn breaks out the bait boat. They're like, "What the heck is that thing?" And, like, "You run your bait out there?" And like, yeah. So, and to me, that's good. I love to see younger people.
Yes.
And I've been out there so many times now. This one kid during camping season, because campsite's closed now, but he's like, I got me a carp rod. I'm like, well, here. I gave him probably about 20 boilers I've made. I shoot a couple rigs. I'm like, take these, showed him how to tie it on there. So I'm real excited to see when camping season, because they have like a site every year, so there all the time. Be good to see him come back and say, hey, I caught my first carp. And, my grandson, he's my hero. He's type 1 diabetic. He said, can I go? And I'm like, you let mom and dad. I can get where, he got on the pump, so he's pretty much dependent. We were having to give him shots and stuff, but he's like, I want to go. And like, so we get down there, we get set up. This is on the river spot.
All right.
Set 2 lines out, ready to roll. He's like, in 5 minutes, he's trying to chase frogs. He's doing this, doing that. He's like, we reel it back in? I'm like, Bowen, this is the name of the game. You put it out there, you wait. Oh, okay. 5 minutes later, can we reel it back? Third time, it about to roll out of his mouth, can we? And man, that national alarm just went singing.
Oh, yeah.
I was like,
hell yeah.
Let's go. So his eyes got as big as dinner plates. We catch a fish, about 16-pound common, his first ever fish ever. I'm like, pick it up. He's like, nah, I don't want to pick it up. He's like, so I kind of get, about an hour later, he got into another one, kind of guilted him. So I got one picture on my profile of him holding the fish. So I might probably have to put a black bag over his head, take him to Michigan and tell him,
the secret spot.
hey, this is, you can't go there without me. So, but yeah, this season's been very special.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like it. I'm really, really happy that you could, share that with your grandson, especially with him coming to you, saying, can I go catch one, and you being like, come on, we got to be patient. And then, you get that screamer, and that first screamer is all it takes. Now they realize, oh, okay, I just got to be patient, and this is the payoff. Okay, we can do this now.
Yeah, it's not unlike, Blue and I, he's in training, and he's going in to learn how to tie his own rigs and everything, and hopefully we'll get him out to do a tournament. Blue, you have a question for Colin? Mm-hmm. Do you have a question for Colin?
What's the question?
What's his favorite catch?
Yeah. What's your favorite catch?
Favorite catch? It wasn't my biggest, but it's got to be the fully at Dale.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
That trip. Back in England, I'm gonna tell you, if you don't book a trip with these 2 guys right here.
Thanks, Colin.
It's special because they are the Laurel and Hardy of the carp world. They back to Glenn, we're talking about, he's like, hey, Kenny Matt's got Black Friday special. I'm like, all right. So I get, as soon as I hang up, hey Kenny, Glenn's got such in April. I can get you, you got an opening? Right up back, Kenny's like, for you, I'll make an opening.
Amen.
So we get down there. And some of you probably already heard the story. So it comes April, and kind of back to Colin Peters' thought. I think he's on to something with chasing the fry, and that week. So I'm like, it comes. They have the Carp Expo in Indy. We go there. Glenn's never met Kenny. We go meet Kenny. Daniel's there. Mm-hmm. Right with you next week. It's like the week before we go to Dale, right? So I take the whole week. Colin Peters, he's coming down for the 4 days. Glenn's coming for the 4 days. So to this day, I feel so bad for this. So I'm like, Kenny, I'll make it right with you. I said, put me on a bank. I need a bank spot. He's like, all right, I'll get back with you. Well, it's like days, and he's like, so I called him up. I said, what about a bank spot? He's like, Colin. I said, I can't find. I'm like, Dale's like 50,000 acres. What do you mean you can't find me a bank spot?
He's like, just put me somewhere in the trees.
I by the way, I spent 2 hours on the first venture.
About 2 hours later, phone rings. I got you. Good. No, before that, he's like, hell with it. Come on down to the boat. Get on the boat.
Yeah.
I said, I need 4 days on the bank. I need I need me time. He's like, all right, I get it. Let me work on it. About 2 hours later, I got your spot. Yeah, I mean, going to Dale. So I'm cruising, the morning comes, I'm cruising down through Indiana, getting to Kentucky, get southern Kentucky. I'm like, these fields are like flooded, full of water. And I get into Tennessee and I'm like, oh my God, now I know. At the time they had so much rain down there, I think, I might be wrong, I think Dale was up like 14 feet of water.
It was.
All those bank spots that I envisioned, to be honest, they're nice. So we get there and he's like, got a spot right here, threw a little bit of bait out for you. I'm like, man, I'm just, thank you. So there, get set up, he said, well, this spot right here, this is where all the houseboats come in. And in summertime, there'd be like 20 houseboats. And they throw all their stuff out right here. Well, in the story he's told in the past, he's like, oh, why don't you catch them on bell pepper? We throw bell pepper and these big old fish come up. So, me being me, and back to being carp on a budget, I'm like, and it was like, tiger nuts, you gotta take tiger nuts. I'm like, and I'm gonna tell you right now, I've never caught fish on tiger nut. Never. but I've caught fish in the UK on Brazil nuts. I'm like, Brazil nut, tiger nut, gotta be the same, right? So I get there, get set up, throw a Brazil nut out, got a pineapple and butric acid, carp bait with a pop up on it. What was it, 30 minutes, Kenny?
Yes, sir.
Bam, off it goes.
Nice.
So I'm on the phone, I'm like, hey, I got one. And at this time, Kenny set up the cove before the cove he put me in. He's got 2 guys from New York. We'll get into that in a minute. I got a fish. So, like, we're on our way. So, Em and Daniel jump in the pontoon boat. They're like, is that a good one? I was like, 36 pound, my PB. And he's like, are you kidding me? Like, we've had these guys from New York over here for 2 days. We ain't had a bite. You've been here 30 minutes. So, anyway, a couple hours later, here comes the houseboat up in the cove. These 2 New York.
Wow.
I see this gig right here, I'm like, yeah, okay. So, these guys get into fish, and I'm like, never in my whole world. 4 days, I'm on the bank. I had that 36 pound Colin, and I landed, which is another crazy story. 29 pound police scale merit, my first ever merit ever.
Nice.
So I've got a rod set up down on the houseboat, the bell pepper. We call it bell pepper point now. And I got 2 rods down here on the left. Well, my alarm goes off. I barrel straight out the tent, run right by my landing net. I'm playing this fish, and I'm like, it breaks the surface. I see it's a mirror. And I'm like so pumped. 40 years fishing, first mirror. Reach down to grab my landing net. It's 70 feet up the bank.
Oh, no.
Hey, Kenny, can you bring a landing net over here? I got my first. I'll be right there, brother. We come over. But back to the New York guys. If there's any doubt in your mind that Kenny can put you on fish, him and Daniel and Del Hall.
Yeah.
4 days I was on that bank. I caught 1 more fish. They caught 40. And that houseboat, let me tell you about the houseboat. Kenny got lights on there. It's like Vegas. So I'm there late. All of a sudden, my tent lights up. I'm like, what the hell? And I hear, we're on. And I'm like, the whole creek lit up. Then out of nowhere, oh, please God, let's get us a double. And I'll be damned, another fish jumps on there.
Nice.
And it was like that for fun.
Yeah.
So our turn comes up, Colin Peters, the sucker. He gets on the boat. Kenny takes me back in the marina. I dump all my stuff in the car. Me and Kenny's coming back. He goes, Colin Peters just landed a 44.4. I'm like, man, them guys just caught 40 fish, and they got 40s, right? They had like 3 or 4 40s out of that 40, maybe some 30s. And yeah, they got on big fish.
Yeah.
So Kenny being Kenny, like, we got this big fish, and he's like, hey, we can stay here. We go to another spot. Well, what I'd listened to, I was like, hey, the fish are here. Let's stay here. And we stayed 4 days. We caught 1 carp. But you want to talk about time? We had, I will never forget that trip.
Amen.
It was.
Amen. My stomach was sore for a week.
Yeah.
After that.
And I can say this because Colin Peters sent me a message. He said, hey, brother, it's like Wednesday night's my pool night. I won't be on there. So, hey, I'm going to talk shit about you right now. Kenny's in the pontoon boat. He's like, dude, I don't know about this Colin Peters guy. I'm like, what do you mean? He said, he's brought his own fishing rods. He wants to, he's going to fish this side of the boat. He's brought his own boilies. He said, what do you think? I said, Kenny, everything I've got, I just put in my car. I come here to fish with you. I know you put us on fish. So, and he was right. It was like, man, it's Colin Peters. And he start warming up a minute. And then all of a sudden out of nowhere, he's like, you sucker. There was probably about 20 of the suckers come out and play totally different. But we had a blast.
When he warmed up, it was Daniel and I actually we started off just laughing because you guys was laughing.
Yeah.
And then Daniel walks up to me, he says, why do they keep saying that word? I have no idea, Daniel.
It was just like you guys would just walk up to each other, just like say it, and then just start busting out laughing. And I was like, did I miss something? Like,
it was said 427,000 times.
Oh, wow.
And they laugh.
I want to say something about Colin Peters. The 4 days I was down right, I caught his fish. Well, I put a post. I took a Union Jack, which is the British flag. I hung it between 2 trees above my fish post, took a picture and posted it. So we got on the boat, and he come out, and he, this is probably after about the 20. Yeah, damn. He's like, hey, we get on some fish. He's like, do me a favor, don't break out that Union Jack. And he's like, we are so privileged to get on these beautiful wild water fish. Yeah, we're British. We left that. And I got to thinking about that. I'm like, he's right. I said, we all get on these video channels and we watch all these syndicates in Europe. We're like, well, they're catching these 70, 60, 70 pounds. Yeah, they're fed all day long.
All day.
We are getting on wild, never ever caught before carp.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you what, they're way behind, and we're like, well, let me come over here. I'm going to tell you what, when they finally do get over here and they start discovering some of these American waters of carp,
special place.
It's beyond special.
Yeah.
Beyond special.
Yeah, I like what you're saying.
If I had a choice to say, like, you can fish in the UK for the rest of your life or fish here, hands down here.
Yeah.
There's so many, Blackfoot, Dale, Michigan. I mean,
Yeah.
I just touched a drop in the bucket of Michigan, and it's
We're actually
Yeah.
seeing a lot of people, anglers coming across the pond just to come here to fish, and because I guess the common carper is like really popular here. That's what, and mirrors it's like vice versa. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a lot of commons
Yeah.
there. They have a lot of mirrors
Yeah.
there. So
I'm 57 years old and caught one, well, two now, but that was my first ever mirror, and it was hands down.
Sweet.
yeah, it feels like over here in America we're like I hate to say, but the Wild West. It's so uncharted. We have so many waters that have carp in it that nobody's even tried to catch a carp in. Like you said, Dale Hollow, Blackfoot, and that's just
Daniel,
scratching the
because
surface.
like fishing here is like fishing back in the UK in the early 80s. There was no pressure on them. I mean, it was new. And like you said, you can go, like those guys from New York, they're like, hey, I want to get on fish. Well, guess what? They probably got fed up catching fish. I got fed up hearing them hooting and hollering and the lights cranking up but to go, I have friends back in the UK, they went most of the season blanked. I mean, blanked. I'm like, I got 230s today, and they're like, you're crazy. I'm like,
It's in the pudding.
It is. And the people, I mean, the sport's growing like crazy. It is. It's great to see
Oh, it's awesome.
these pages growing and growing. I mean, look, you guys with a podcast on 88, and just,
Thank you.
and again, I'm honored to, James called me the other night. He's like, hey, you want to be on? I'm like, sure.
Let's do it.
I mean, I'm new enough, but I love to fish, and I'm talking to people that love to fish, and
Yeah.
what can go wrong?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a question from Brian Rand in the chat. He wants to know, what do you think of soluble boilies and paste?
I think in its use, me personally, I'm probably a question that came up. Like there was a question today I read, like how often do you recast? How often do you check your bait? I make my own baits. I did a long time ago, and that's changed too. It's like just throw some flour together and throw a little bit. Now it's, you want nutritional factor in it. And a lot of these bait companies, they're using cheap product. I mean, the satisfaction of you actually rolling your own bait, putting it in the water and catching fish on it. My boilers are pretty hard because I cast out and I won't reel until I catch fish or until I pack up. But
That's dedication.
I see the pay. But yeah, I'm a. If you've ever made bait, I boil my boilers till they flow, pull them out. I'm not a 2-minute guy. Yeah, I want to stay on the hook.
Ricky Massey wants to know, do you fish through winter? So, you've already been up to Michigan, in these cold months. So are you going to, keep doing this all through winter? Or is there a point where you're like, all right, it's too cold for me, I'm tapping out?
Last weekend I went to Michigan. It was going to be a 4-day trip.
Right.
I ended up cutting it 3 days, cut a day short. 2 20-degree mornings. Took butane gas for cooking. Anybody knows that a certain factor. Mm-hmm. So I got the kettle on, make me a cup of coffee. That's another thing. I'm probably the only English guy that doesn't drink tea, sweet tea. But coffee. Lee's like that's sacrilegious. You bloody wanker. I'm gonna go get the wood carving and get some bangers and mash on. But he's like, you sound like an American. But yeah, I don't know.
Damn Americans.
It's crazy. It was cold. And I knew it was going to be cold. I looked at the forecast. It was going to be low 20s, mid 20s through the night. I took the tent, took the heater, which I want to put a punch out here. You guys that do night fish, take plenty of clothes, take plenty of bedding. There's so many anglers that throw a heater in their tent, zip up their tent at nighttime, fall asleep. Carbon monoxide is a real deal.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen, brother.
If you can take being British, you take a hot water heater with you, plenty of clothes, throw the heater on. I've got a golf cart heater, I throw it on there. Throw it in there, kick it on, 20, 30 minutes, get the heat in the tent, but don't take the chance.
Yeah.
I mean, some of these companies always got a tip over valve, got a low, don't take the chance.
Yeah.
No. And I'm glad that you brought that up, because that's one thing that I do see talked about over in the UK and things like that, but, nobody really talks about it over here in America. And if we can, get ahead of it and talk about it now, then, we can literally save a couple of our community members' lives. Right. So, I thank you for bringing that up. Like you say, carbon monoxide poisoning is very real. It's better to bundle up with a couple layers than, have that stove in your bivvy.
Yeah.
My philosophy has always been, take it. If you don't wear it and you have it, you can use it. But if you need it and you don't have it, that's a totally different world.
Yeah.
After this trip, it was cold.
Mm-hmm.
Fuel was freezing up, trying to make a cup of coffee and take it out, shake it up, put it back in the sock so it wouldn't freeze up. So about 1:30 in the middle of the morning, nighttime, I'm in the alarms go off. I busted in there, pulling my boots on, put my headlamp on, unzip the tent. As soon as the tent door drops, snow.
Oh.
It's just like down snow, and I'm like, so I get out there, adrenaline's going anyway, so I get the fish, land the fish. I'm like, this fish is going in the retainer. We're going to take some pictures tomorrow. I'm getting back in that bed. But that was Saturday night, Sunday morning. I was supposed to stay all day Sunday, come on Monday. I'm like, they're getting snow here pretty hard. So I started packing up. By the time I got packed up to my car, there was an inch of snow on the ground. And by the time I got back to Indiana, they had almost 5 inches of snow up there.
Wow.
Good call.
That was probably my last trip to Michigan. I'm going to do a little shout out. I got a little on here that I've been dying to meet, Mr. Asmir.
Yeah.
He's been hogging me. When you come to Dale, so actually me and Glenn are, and Asmir and anybody on, we're going Thanksgiving. I've got a campsite reserved. It's up to 15 people. Let Debbie come on down. But
Not getting me killed, bro.
Come on,
I did
dude.
that one. Listen, Colin. I did that one year, me and Carrie, and my son is my best friend, and I don't remember him and I ever having words. We've been aggravated with one another, and we've spoke our piece to one another, but we've never had words. I got back from that trip, and he said, "Don't do that, Pops." And he looked me right in my eye, and the way he said it, it hit my soul. So I had to promise not to do holidays ever again. But I will say this to you: you guys are going down on a Thursday, I think. Yeah, and don't be surprised if Daniel and I show up like on Friday or Saturday.
Well, I'm on the same boat, but Mama Cal, she's going to Michigan with my future daughter-in-law for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
We're here. She has Thanksgiving with her husband's family, so I'm like, I'm going fishing.
No, I get it. Yeah. The circumstances pending. Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're big on Thanksgiving, man. Big on Christmas, and Fat Boy needs to be home for sure.
Yeah, Mama
That's
said if I
another thing,
miss
I mean-
Thanksgiving, she's gonna throw me down the stairs. So
And you kind of reached that last night with your wife, you know, it's a passion, but don't make it where it starts interfering with your family life.
Amen.
I mean, I've got
Amen.
a wife.
Yeah, there was one part where she bothered me a little bit, and when she said that, you know, I miss, you know, going out together and mingling with the people, and I know exactly what she means. We're blessed with some really good friends, and I enjoy being out with Mama. I do, and so I'm gonna make it a point to get a couple of those in with her and sort of, you know, reel that back in. I think it's important, and I do my best to make up for it, if you will, but it's only because she's an angel that she accepts it, you know, and I think I got to do a better job at filling those needs. And I'll be honest with you, I appreciated her words. I appreciated her being able to speak her piece, and you know, I didn't really know that. She never said that to me, and she never would, you know. So, but she said it right there, and yeah, can't let it mess up family, bud.
Yeah, I totally agree.
yeah,
It's fun, but, you know, family's first, unless it's Carp family, then.
all right.
Like, hey,
We are coming to the end of our show. Is there any, any other shout outs to anybody that you want to give? We've loved having you on our
Man.
show. This was one of the easiest shows for us.
Yeah.
You know, you're a natural on this. I can't wait to have you back on. We'll actually get to ask you some real questions, and we got your good background story. We got to find out a little bit about who you are. We got your trips to Symbols, Michigan. You know.
Came back. Hear my
Yeah.
Mama says smart boys.
Peter, you sucker.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, Lee Hearn has a question for
No,
you. Lee Hearn
I
asked.
want to give a shout out. I know RJCT Carper.
Oh,
He's
amen.
a
Yeah.
Amen. I
guy
got to
at
shake his
Connecticut.
hand.
RJ and Jacob.
Hey,
But if you're in a bind, I mean, I know stuff gets expensive. Follow him on Facebook. He does, you can't see raffles on Facebook because of waffles. But like 2 or 3 times a week, he'll do a waffle. There's probably 30, 40 leads in there. He's been throwing bait additives, fake corn, like 10 spots, $20 a spot. And you're looking at about $300. You're probably looking at about $300 worth of stuff. He makes all this stuff. RJ, shout out to you, brother.
Shout out.
And my
RJ.
ultimate goal is to make it to Connecticut because, you know, that's one of those spots, you know, see Santos, Lee, the wanker. You wanker. I call you wanker because I'm a wanker. But get up there and maybe Lake Zor, yeah. Looks like Colin Kenny had a good time up there.
yeah, we did. We're getting smarter on when they move out. I think we landed right on the last week that they moved on out into their winter spot, you know. But yeah, we look forward to the spring, though. So the spring, they're hot and heavy in there. Mm-hmm. Lee wants to know: have you ever used a zig rig?
I have never used a zig rig, and I've always heard that you can try the zig rig, but the turtles be all over it. But
Yeah.
did I lose you?
No, you're good.
You
Yeah,
guys
we lost
still
it for
there?
just a second, but we're back now.
Could you repeat that question?
My river. Yeah, that was Lee. That was from Lee Hearn on the
Yeah.
zig rig.
Yeah, it was. He's already dropped
So,
a bunch of the GFYs in there.
A lot of guys. I reached a couple guys locally, right, and they're like, "You can try it, but turtles. And guys for river, for river fishing. I'll go to Kroger, get like a manager special, or get some chicken thighs,
There you go.
throw them up. upriver from your swim.
Yeah.
I've seen the turtles leave my swim, go up there. It works.
So does
That's the reason real reason I haven't used eggs, but I'm gonna kind of let out a little secret here, which was kind of accidental. Two trips ago to Michigan, so
Dang.
Lynn's out there. He's like small bait. I'm like, man, big. You know, I'm the double 24s, big bait, big fish. So he can't make this one trip, so I got there, and I've got 24 millimeter boilie. I made 24 millimeter pop up. I cast out there. I cast that 37-1.
Nice.
Well, I bring it back in, and that's another thing I've always done. You catch a fish, put it in the net, make sure the fish is safe. Get your bait back out there on the spot. Your bait's not catching anything propped up to your bivvy. So I cast down. I didn't like it the way it cast, so I'm reeling back in. Got my headlight on. And for some reason I stopped. I stopped like 6 feet from the edge of the bank. And I look, my pop-up's so big that it's pulled the boilie and the pop-up about 8 inches off the bottom. So it's kind of like a zig. So I'm like, I just caught that 36-8 on there. So I put it back out there. Hour later, I go, same spot, same bait was floating up off the bottom.
Yeah.
Call that's 37-1. So I put all 3 of my rods the same way. Off the bottom 8-10 inches. Next morning, 8 hours later, I caught a 32-5. So I had 30 pounds, and the bottom bait wasn't even on the bottom. So, and on the way home, I'm like, "Hey Daniel, like, you still down there?" He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Hey, try this." He's like,
Yeah.
"Oh man, I'm gonna." So, you know, just accidentally, I stopped and looked at the bait. You know, I've always checked balance on my bait, how it presentation. It was there floating off the bottom. I'm like, well, I just caught that 36 pounder. Let's try it again.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Call
You know,
330.
sometimes, you know, we accidentally find success like that. You know, I think it's silly. How, like you said, you just went to check it and you're like, oh, it's popped up, you know, pretty well off the bottom. And then, you know, it still catches a fish. So very, very cool to see. We love having you on as a guest, Colin. Thank you very much. You know, like I said, I would love to have you again here in a couple weeks. You know, probably about a month and a half, maybe 2 months, because we do have a cycle of guests that I'm trying to get through here. But I'd love to have you on again.
Yeah,
I'd love to, you know, talk some of your Navy stories, talk some of your, you know, early carp stories, some of your match fishing days. But thank you very much for coming on. I greatly appreciate it.
If you gotta use a rig, use a Ronnie rig. Best self-resetting rig out there.
Right.
I know, Daniel, you've been going through the Bible of rigs, but it never fails, brother.
Yeah.
Wow.
Set yourself.
Wow.
It is a great rig.
All right.
All right.
All right. Thanks, Colin.
Thank you very
Thanks,
much, Colin.
Colin.
Have a great night.
Hey, humbled again to have you call me up, say, come to the show.
Yeah.
You guys are
Yes, sir.
amazing.
Thank you.
It's like I said, it was nice. I already knew you guys, but yeah, anytime. Pleasure.
Oh,
Yeah,
Appreciate
thank
it.
you.
Yours.
Have a great
Have a
night.
great night, brother.
Thank you, buddy.
Tight lines, brother. Good
Tight
night.
lines.
Right.
You are final story. He's
he
making
still
faces down there. Yeah, he hasn't left.
Wow, Colin.
Yeah,
I tell you,
yeah, he was a great show.
I knew him, but now it's like very, very well personal 101. I just got to know more about his history.
Wait till you hang out with him on the
Oh
bank.
man.
Oh,
man.
you guys.
No, you
Man.
on the bank. He's a lot
Never
more
ending.
fun.
It never ends. From the time he wakes up till the time he goes to sleep.
Yeah,
He don't sleep much.
Definitely. Again, thank you, Colin, for your services back in 1984. 15? He says 15 when. What the heck?
Okay, we got to get him out of here.
We do, man. It's not. I told you, it's not going to end. Shout out to Carpy Commando. I got you.
Yep, shout out Carpy Commando.
Carp Commando. But
But yeah, that
RJ, right?
Yeah, he said let's do live at the Math Show Saturday night.
that's interesting.
Saturday night, huh?
Yeah, we can do that.
Can we?
I'll give him a ring. I'll facilitate that, boys, if you want me to.
Live at the Math Show. I'm just confused what the.
Well, most times you are confused, Daniel, so knock it off, bro. Let's just move forward.
All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. Have a great night. All right, I do want to shout out to our sponsors. Shout out everybody behind us. Shout out Carp Angler, Big Money Beepers, Team Fish Fighters, Carp Commando. Shout out Carp Angler Group. Shout out West Coast Bait Boats, Ultimate Bait Boat, and a super shout out to USA Carp Guide and Bottom Feeder Baits, especially Bottom Feeder Baits. Been seeing them, everywhere.
Yeah, they're getting around.
Yeah,
they're getting around.
Yes.
I think there was somebody in Pennsylvania that wanted it in some of their shops too. So
Really? I didn't know that yet.
yeah, I saw a Facebook post of somebody in Pennsylvania wanted some. I'll see if I can track it back down and
Do that.
share it. But yeah, so everybody, they're starting to see it. They're starting to be like, ooh, okay, what's this about? So
Well, all you got to do is try it,
yeah.
So all you got to do is try it. And it works well. I've been using it for well over 15 years. And hold on, time out. Somebody's
Colin
turning in.
again? That's not Colin.
Oh, that's RJ.
RJ.
All right, well, thank you so much,
I can't answer,
everyone.
RJ. I can't answer, bro.
And have a great night. Thank you for watching Tight Lines and practice safe carp care.
Later, guys.
Later.
See ya.
Thanks.